The sniper is quite an expert marksman, and being a sniper is about quite one good shot. Snipers are highly trained in stealth movement, allowing them to slowly infiltrate enemy positions and observe their movements. Removing a high-ranking official is simply one among the advantages of a sniper team. Once behind enemy lines, they supply crucial intelligence and reconnaissance on enemy movements, to not mention the dimensions, strength and equipment of the enemy. The lethality of the sniper can provide overwatch for normal forces on the bottom and strike fear into the guts of an enemy encampment. When a sniper does take that well-placed shot, it can change history. These are the 5 best snipers in modern history. Thomas Plunkett, died in 1851. Was an Irish soldier within the British 95th Rifles. What makes him one of the greats is that he shot a really impressive French general, Auguste Marie-François Colbert. During the battle at Cacabelos during Monroe's retreat in 1809, Plunkett, employing a Baker rifle, shot the French general at a variety of about 600 meters. Given the incredible inaccuracy of rifles within the early 19th century, this was either a really impressive feat, or one hell of a fluke. Well, Plunkett, not wanting his army buddies to think he was a touch lucky, decided to require the shot again before returning to his line. So he reloaded his gun and took aim once more, this point at the trumpet major who had come to the general's aid. When this shot also hit its intended target, proving that Plunkett is simply one badass marksman, he looked back to his line to ascertain the impressed faces of the others within the 95th Rifles. Just for comparison, British soldiers were all armed with Brown Bess muskets and trained to shoot into a body of men at 50 meters. Plunkett did 12 times that distance twice. Sergeant Grace, 4th Georgia Infantry. The date was May 9, 1864, when Sergeant Grace, a Confederate sniper, achieved what was considered to be a fantastic shot at the time, and what's definitely the foremost ironic demise of a target in history. It had been during the Battle of Spotsylvania when Grace took aim together with his British Whitworth rifle. His target was General John Sedgwick, pictured above, and therefore the distance was 1,000 yards. A particularly long distance for the time. During the start of the skirmish, the Confederate sharpshooters were causing Sedgwick's men to duck for canopy. Sedgwick refused to duck and was quoted saying, "What? Men dodging this manner for single bullets? What is going to you a doing once they fire along the entire line? I'm ashamed of you. They couldn't hit elephants at this distance." His men persisted in taking cover. He repeated, "They couldn't hit elephants at this distance." Seconds later, Grace's shot hit Sedgwick slightly below his left eye. "I swear you couldn't write it." Sedgwick was the very best-ranking Union casualty within the war, and upon hearing his death, Lieutenant General Ulysses S. Grant repeatedly asked, "Is he really dead?" Charles Chuck Marwini 1949-103 confirmed kills, was a fanatical hunter as a child and joined the Marines in 1967. He served within the U.S. United States Marine Corps during Vietnam and holds the record for number of confirmed kills for Marine snipers, exceeding that of legendary Marine sniper Carlos Hathcock. In only 16 months he killed 103 enemies, and another 216 kills were listed as probables by the military, only because it had been too risky at the time to look the bodies for documents. When he left the Marines, he told no one of his role during the conflict, and only a couple of fellow Marines knew of his assignments. It had been nearly 20 years before somebody wrote a book detailing his amazing skills as a sniper. Marwini came out of anonymity due to this and have become a teacher in sniper schools. He was once quoted saying, "It was the last word hunting trip, a person hunting another man who was hunting me. Don't ask me about hunting lions or elephants, they don't fight back with rifles and scopes. I just loved it. I ate it up." A routinely deadly shot from distances between 300 to 800 yards, Marwini had confirmed kills of over 1,000 yards, making him one among the best snipers of the Vietnam War. Rob Furlong, a former corporal of the Canadian Forces, he holds the record for the longest confirmed sniper kill in history at 1.51 miles or 2,430 meters. That's the length of about 26 football pitches. This amazing feat occurred in 2002, when he was involved Operational Anaconda. His sniper team consisted of 2 corporals and 3 master corporals. When a 3-man Al-Qaeda weapons team moved into a mountainside position, he took aim. Furlong was armed with a .50 caliber Macmillan Brothers TAC-50 rifle and loaded with a Max very low drag bullets. He fired and missed. His second shot hit the enemy's knapsack on his back. He had already fired his third shot by the time the second hit, but now the enemy knew he was under fire. The airtime for every bullet was about 3 seconds thanks to the immense distance, enough time for an enemy to require cover. However, the dumbfounded militant realized what was happening just in time to require the third shot within the chest. Vasily Zaitsev, March 23, 1915 to December 15, 1991, 242 confirmed kills. Zaitsev is perhaps the simplest known sniper in history because of the movie, Enemy at the Gates. It's an excellent film in that I wish I could say it had been all true. However, the reality only goes as far because the Battle of Stalingrad. There was no Nazi counter-sniper specialist in real world. Well, to not the extent of the film. Here's the reality. Zaitsev was born in Yeleninskoye and grew up within the Urals. His surname means hare. Before Stalingrad, he served as a clerk within the Soviet Navy, but after reading about the conflict within the city he volunteered for the battlefront. He served within the 1047th Rifle Regiment. Zaitsev ran a sniper school within the Metas factory. The cadets he trained were called Zaychata, meaning leverets, baby hares. This was the beginning of the sniper movement within the 62nd Army. It's estimated that the snipers he trained killed quite 3,000 enemy soldiers. Zaitsev himself made 242 confirmed kills between October 1942 and January 1943, but the important number is perhaps closer to 500. I do know I said there was no counter-sniper, but there was Erwin Koenig. Was imagined to be a highly skilled Wehrmacht sniper. Zaitsev claimed in his memoirs that the duel happened over a period of 3 days within the ruins of Stalingrad. Details of what actually happened are sketchy, but by the top of the 3-day period Zaitsev had killed the sniper and claimed his scope to be his most prized trophy. For him to form this his most prized trophy means this person he killed must are almost nearly as good as Zaitsev himself. Lyudmila Pavlichenko, July 12, 1916 to October 10, 1974, 309 confirmed kills. In June 1941, Pavlichenko was 24 and Third Reich were invading the Soviet Union. She was among the primary volunteers and asked to hitch the infantry. She was assigned to the Red Army's 25th Infantry Division. From there she became one among 2,000 female snipers of the Soviet. Her first 2 kills were made near Belyevka employing a Mosin-Nagant bolt-action rifle with a PE-4 power scope. The primary action she saw was during the conflict in Odessa. She was there for 2.5 months and notched 187 kills. Once they were forced to relocate, she spent subsequent 8 months fighting in Sevastopol on the Crimean Peninsula. There she recorded 257 kills, and for this feat she was cited by the Southern Army Council. Pavlichenko's total confirmed kills during WW2 was 309. 36 of these were enemy snipers. Corporal Francis Pega Magabo, March 9, 1891 to August 5, 1952, 378 confirmed kills, 300 plus captures, 3 times awarded the military medal and twice seriously wounded. He was an expert marksman and scout, credited with 378 German kills and capturing 300 plus more. He was an Ojibwa warrior with the Canadians in battles like those at Mount Sorrel. As if killing nearly 400 Germans wasn't enough, he was also awarded medals for running messages through very heavy enemy fire, for guiding an important relief effort when his commandant was incapacitated, and for running through enemy fire to urge more ammo when his unit was running low. Though a hero among his fellow soldier, he was virtually forgotten once he returned home to Canada. Regardless, he was one among the foremost effective snipers of War I. Adalbert F. Waldron, March 14, 1933 to October 18, 1995, 109 confirmed kills. He holds the record for the very best number of confirmed kills for any American sniper in history. However, it's not just his impressive kill record that creates him one among the simplest, but also his incredible accuracy. This excerpt from Inside the Crosshairs, Snipers in Vietnam, by Colonel Michael Lee Lanning, describes just what I'm talking about. One afternoon he was riding along the Mekong on a tango boat when an enemy sniper on shore pecked away at the boat. While everyone else on board strained to seek out the antagonist, who was firing from the shoreline over 900 meters away, Sergeant Waldron took up his precision rifle and picked off the Viet Cong out of the highest of a coconut with round this from a moving platform. Such was the potential of our greatest sniper. Nuff said, if there was a scale of difficulty for shots like these, it might be next to impossible to beat. Well, let's attempt to do this anyway. Here's White Feather. Carlos Norman Hathcock, May 20, 1942 to February 23, 1999, nicknamed Long Trung Du Kich, White Feather Sniper, 93 confirmed kills. Hathcock has one among the foremost impressive mission records of any sniper within the United States Marine Corps. Let's ditch the handfuls of shooting championships he won. During the Vietnam War he amassed 93 confirmed kills. The Vietnam Army put a $30,000 bounty on his life for killing numerous of their men. Rewards placed on U.S. snipers by the NVA, North Vietnamese Army, typically amounted to say 8. It was Hathcock who fired the foremost famous shot in sniper history. He fired a round, over a really long distance, which went through the scope of an enemy sniper, hit him within the eye, and killed him. Hathcock and Roland Burke, his spotter, were stalking the enemy sniper, which had already killed several Marines, which they believed was sent to kill him specifically. When Hathcock saw a flash of sunshine reflecting off the enemy's scope, he fired at it during a blink of an eye, pulling off one among the foremost precise shots in history. Hathcock reasoned that the sole way that this was possible would be if both snipers were aiming at each other's scopes at an equivalent time, and he fired first. However, although the space was never confirmed, Hathcock knew that due to the flight time, it might be easy for both snipers to kill one another. The symbol was synonymous with Hathcock. He kept one in his hat, and he removed it just one occasion for a mission. Confine mind that he volunteered for this mission, but he had to crawl over 1,500 yards of enemy territory to shoot an NVA commanding general. Information wasn't sent until he was en route. He volunteered for a mission he knew nothing about. It took 4 days and 3 nights without sleep of inch by inch crawling. One enemy soldier almost stepped on him as he laid camouflage during a meadow. At another point he was nearly bitten by a viper. He didn't flinch. He finally got into position and waited for the overall. When he arrived, Hathcock was ready. He fired one round and hit the overall through the chest, killing him. The soldiers started an inquiry for the sniper, and Hathcock had to crawl back to avoid detection. They never caught him. Nerves of steel. Simo Hayher, December 17, 1905 to April 1, 2002, nicknamed The White Death, 705 confirmed kills, 505 with rifle, 200 with submachine gun, was a Finnish soldier who, using an iron-sighted bolt-action rifle, amassed the very best recorded confirmed kills as a sniper in any war ever. Hayher was born within the municipality of Rautjärvi near the present-day border of Finland and Russia, and began his military service in 1925. His duties as a sniper began during the Winter War, 1939–1940, between Russia and Finland. During the conflict, Hayher endured freezing temperatures up to -40 degrees Celsius. In but 100 days he was credited with 505 confirmed kills, 542 if including unconfirmed kills. However, the unofficial frontline figures from the battlefield places the amount of sniper kills at over 800. Besides his sniper kills, he was also credited with 200 from a Suomi KP-31 machine gun, topping off his total confirmed kills at 705. How Hayher did all this was amazing. He was basically on his own all day, within the snow, shooting Russians, for 3 months straight. In fact, when the Russians caught wind that a shitload of soldiers were being killed, they thought, well, this is often war, there's sure to be casualties. But when the generals were told that it had been one man with a rifle, they decided to require a touch of action. First they sent during a counter-sniper. When his body was returned, they decided to send a team of counter-snipers. Once they didn't come in the least, they sent during a whole goddamn battalion. They took casualties and couldn't find him. Eventually they ordered an artillery strike, but to no avail. You see, Heha was clever, and this was his neck of the woods. He dressed completely in white camouflage. He used a smaller rifle to suit his smaller frame, being 5 cubic feet, increasing his accuracy. He used an iron sight to present the littlest possible target. A scoped sight would require the sniper to boost his head for sighting. He compacted the snow ahead of the barrel, so as to not disturb it when he shot, thus revealing his position. He also kept snow in his mouth so his breath didn't condense and reveal where his was. Eventually, however, his was shot within the jaw by a stray bullet during combat on March 6, 1940. He was picked up by his own soldiers, who said half his head was missing. He didn't die, however, and regained consciousness on the 13th. The day peace was declared. Once again, total kills: 505 sniper plus 200 submachine equals 705 total confirmed kills, all in less than 100 days.